World War II is one of the most infamous wars in our world's history, but its individual battles are very rarely ever spoken of in depth. My name is Oliver Fleming, and today I'm going to tell you about one of those specific battles and its importance. The Battle of Stalingrad is widely considered the turning point in bringing World War II to an end. So there were a few key factors leading to the Battle of Stalingrad. Hitler was a man who wanted as much land in Europe as he could get, and he wanted all of that land because he wanted all of the resources that came with that land. He and Stalin, who was the leader of the Soviet Union at the time, met up prior to the beginning of World War II, and they signed a document called the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which was basically a document that was an agreement between the two of them to not invade each other and to split the land of Poland between the two of them. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Stalin, while this was all happening, Hitler was already devising a plan that he had dubbed Operation Barbarossa, which was basically a plan to sneak attack the Soviet Union and invade. These key factors really led up to the actual Battle of Stalingrad. According to an excerpt from the article Hitler's Decision to Invade the USSR 1941 by an author named David Gompert, Operation Barbarossa took into effect on June 2nd, 1941. The plan of that attack was there was 3 sections of military to hit from 3 different directions, which was basically like closing in on the Soviet Union and really making it hard to fight back. In that same article by David Gompert, it was determined that the German army advanced 400 miles into the Soviet Union in less than a month. Once that happened, however, they really hit a dead end, I guess you could say, because Hitler thought that they were going to already have Russia invaded by wintertime. So they really ran low on their food resources quite quickly, and they were very ill prepared for a Russian winter because it's very cold. So the Germans ended up running out of food, and again, they had no gear to really help them fight the cold of a Russian winter. It was known to get very, very cold in Russia during the wintertime. And in an article titled Stalingrad, Hitler's Nemesis, there was a record of the temperature dropping to as low as negative 44 degrees. So while Hitler's army was really struggling against the winter months and just not having any food, Stalin came up with his own plan and retaliated with a plan that he dubbed Operation Uranus, which was basically a plan to block off the German armies and hit them from 2 different directions and really close them in and trap them. So due to the fact that they had little food and they were dying off because they were so cold, that really led to an ultimate Russian success. So the Soviet Union ended up succeeding in fighting off the German army and keeping them away from Moscow. And in an article titled World War II Turning Point Remembered, the official end date of the Battle of Stalingrad was February 2nd, 1943. It resulted in a total surrender from the German armies and brought an official end to the battle. So the whole reason why this battle in particular is considered a turning point in World War II, it was the first battle up to that point that was, it was the first battle up to that point that had seen a total surrender of the German armies. It really solidified to Stalin and to all the other countries involved in World War II that Hitler did not take favor to listening to what his military advisors had to say, because there were quite a few of them that suggested against going through with Operation Barbarossa, but he just did not want to listen. He knew best, basically. And it also showed all these other countries that Germany wasn't undefeatable, which was the common consensus before this battle. And another really key point that shows that it was more so of a turning point is that Germany never further advanced into the east after this battle. They just kept getting pushed back and pushed back, and they eventually got pushed back all the way to Berlin. So to conclude my speech, Stalingrad was a battle that took place 3 years into World War II, and it really was the downhill slope that led to the end of World War II. It was a battle that was born of greed on Hitler's part, and realistically, it was a battle that never should have happened, given the fact that they had both signed that document that was called the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which had explicitly said that they were going to not attack each other. But the Soviet Union, they held strong, and they kept Hitler back at Stalingrad, and they defeated the German army. And that was really the beginning of the end to Hitler's plan for total control of Europe. Thank you.